Okay, I'll call to order the Glendale Redevelopment Agency, the regular and last Glendale Redevelopment Agency for January 31st, 2012. May we have a roll call, please?
Agency members: Friedman.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Quintero.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Chair Manukian.
Here, and can we have your report?
The agenda for the January 31st, 2012 regular meeting of the Glendale Redevelopment Agency was posted on Thursday, January 26, 2012 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Could you read the minutes, the dates and all of that?
Would you like me to? It's a agenda or redevelopment agency
yeah.
meetings minutes for September 27, October 4th, November 8th, and January 24, 2012.
Is there a motion to remove minutes? Any changes? This historic day of approving the last minutes of the redevelopment agency?
So moved.
Okay.
Is there a second?
There's a second by Mr. Weaver. Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Agency members: Friedman.
Yes.
Najarian.
Yes.
Quintero.
Yes.
Weaver.
Aye.
Chair Manukian.
Yes. Next is oral communications. I have no cards. Do you have any cards, Mr.?
No, there are no cards that were submitted.
Are there any agency or staff comments?
Yes,
Mr. Weaver.
I have one. Legal question. Have we approved all the minutes of past redevelopment agency meetings now? If not, how do we handle those in future since we won't be here?
Councilman Weaver, I don't believe we've probably approved all of the agendas.
I don't know if we have, but we could possibly bring it. I don't see what would bar body from approving it as a council.
One, we'll look at it, but I think the successor agency can probably, the council sitting as the successor agency can probably approve those minutes.
Okay.
If we need to do that.
Just-
But we'll
Yeah.
make sure it's addressed.
We've never had them all. Yeah, we're still doing September of last year.
And any other staff or member comments? This being the last redevelopment agency meeting, I would like you to explain to the community what happens to the redevelopment and any of the actions that need to be taken in terms of the successor agency, basically, as to where it goes from here. Because this is the last redevelopment agency meeting.
Okay, briefly, I mean, we are,
Right.
if I will say, Councilmember Manukian, there's a report coming later this month to kind of more broadly discuss those issues, but essentially the agency becomes dissolved today, and starting tomorrow, all the assets and obligations and responsibilities transfer over to the successor agency, which in our case, with respect to the redevelopment agency, will be the City of Glendale, and the rights and powers and duties will fall on the City Council with respect to the successor agency. However, there's also an oversight board which will have authority to direct the successor agency, and then there's the Department of Finance which will be overlooking the oversight board. So that's the general premise, and there are obviously restrictions upon the successor agency going forward. Won't have the same rights and authority that the redevelopment agency has with respect to engaging in redevelopment efforts. The essential premise of the successor agency is to attempt to wind down the affairs of the redevelopment agency in an expeditious manner. So that's the nutshell, Reader's Digest.
And we are going through uncharted waters currently in terms of what will happen to the assets and obligations of the redevelopment agency. And
Right. The legislation provides guidance on what's supposed to happen there, but there's a lot of gray area that I think all the agencies throughout the state of California will be trying to figure out where to go from here. There's a lot of different interpretations, but we do have guidance from the law.
Okay, and the public will be aware of it through the city council meetings where some of these actions will be announced, or some of these detrimental actions or beneficial actions
Right.
could be announced.
The council as a successor agency will have to undertake a number of actions going forward, so there will be, I anticipate that we'll be here many times in the future.
And we're also, sitting as redevelopment agency as well as council, we're waiting to see as to what is going to happen to the redevelopment agencies and the city's assets and some of the transactions that we've incurred over the past year. So we are hopeful that it will all be positive for the city and the community of Glendale. Are there any other comments or?
Will we adjourn?
Okay, with that, is there a second? With that, we will adjourn the last meeting of the Glendale Redevelopment Agency.
Adjourn forever.